Hey, how's it going? I'm back with a classic makeup hack video. It's been a while since I've shared some good old-fashioned makeup hacks. So I'm actually getting ready. We're driving down to Orange County today for a going away party for my friends. They're moving to Connecticut, so we're gonna say goodbye to them today. So let's go ahead and create this look. So you know, for my base, I always do my best to make it look as natural as possible. In fact, I've started to wear a lot less foundation. I hardly ever wear foundation. I'm wearing more tinted moisturizers or tinted SPF. Just the more your skin matures, the less heavier foundations look good. But for the sake of this hack, I am gonna use a foundation, one of my favorites, very dewy and kind of medium coverage. It's the Dior Forever Skin Glow. I'm using the color 3N. What I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna first just dab this over my face. Just dot it as many places as I need to cover my whole face. So here's where the hack comes in. I'm using a big fluffy brush. This is by Marc Jacobs. It's their number 12 brush, obviously very big and fluffy. And you're gonna need a good setting spray, something that leaves a dewy finish, not matte. For this, we don't want matte. So with this, I'm not going on my face. I'm gonna spray directly on the brush 3 times and then just do that. So what that's done is it's thinned out the foundation, made it even more sheer, and it's gonna stay on. It's gonna set it at the same time. So using a dewy finish setting spray like this, again, 3, just saturate it, is gonna give the foundation just a little upgrade. I've always said the less makeup is on your face, the better it's just gonna look. You want to enhance with as little makeup as possible. So that just gave me a very sheer, even layer of foundation. And with that big brush, it just happens so fast. So it's definitely a time saver as well. We're actually gonna use the same hack for concealer because especially with concealer, the worst thing is when it looks dry, cakey, thick, settles into your lines. I'm actually using a great concealer that doesn't do that at all. This is by Dominique Cosmetics. The color that I'm using is Café con Leche, and this is actually really nice because the applicator is a metal tip. So you know, for me, concealer is used sparingly. So now I'm taking this brush. This is one of my favorite brushes. If I could recommend a brush, it would be this one. This is by Smashbox. This is called their Precise Highlighting Brush. You can see it is angled. It's duo fiber. I use this so much for concealer. It's my favorite one for concealer. So again, with the setting spray, I'm gonna spray that once and go in and stipple in that concealer. What this also does is it eliminates the powder step for me because you know I don't really like wearing powder. I think I applied too much concealer actually. I don't really like wearing powder, so having the setting spray, and you can use your big brush to kind of blend it outward. Having the setting spray is really useful because it does what it says. It sets the makeup exactly where you apply it. So you see it gave me that really nice bright under eye area, but it's not heavy, it's not cakey, it's still very fresh and natural. And then going over to the other side, just give it one spray. And then starting in the inner corner, just start stippling it in. This is why I love the shape of this brush. It's ideal for getting into the under eye area and really blending out concealer. And again, if you need to blend into your cheek area, you can always go in with that big brush. So with the outer corner, we always want to lift. So take that concealer and kind of follow through to your temple as you're stippling it and blending it out. Follow through all the way up here so that when you're looking straight ahead, it gives that illusion of a lifted outer corner. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna move on to a little bit of warmth. Love the Hollywood Contour Wand. I know there's a lot of dupes out there now, so you definitely don't have to buy this one, but there's a lot of options out there with this kind of applicator. So I'm just going to apply a little bit higher than the hollows of my cheeks, so when I blend, it just naturally falls into the hollow points. And then a little bit into the nose. And with this, I'm just taking a more dense brush and kind of the same way I would do with a sponge. You see how I'm just like stippling it? I'm just gonna blend that out. So this is less contouring and more so just adding a little warmth to the face, even though they are my contour areas. This actually is a contour. All right, this is going in a really good direction. The next hack is actually maybe my favorite that I've been using a lot lately. It is something of an ombre blush. You do not have to use these products to get this look. They are pricier. Like I said, lots of options now with this applicator in blush, in bronzer. You can even use a cream blush if you wanted to do that as well. It's the Matte Beauty Blush Wand. I'm using two shades, a deeper shade and a more bright light shade. This one is Pillow Talk and this one is Pillow Talk Pink Pop. So I'm just gonna push a little bit of this up into the sponge and I'm gonna do 2 dots right there, like a little bit lower. And with this brush by Ilia, this is their finishing powder brush. I never use brushes for what they're labeled for. I'm just going to blend that out in a circular motion. And again, this is going into my kind of my temple area as well. Look how quickly that blended. I love a liquid blush specifically for that. Blends really nicely. Let me see how that looks. Okay, so on camera and in the mirror, I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna stop right there with the deeper shade. Now, I'm gonna go into the Pink Pop shade and turn it on. Make sure you turn these off too after you use them because if not, they squirt everywhere. I'm gonna do the same pattern, just a little bit higher and more inward on the cheek. So closer to my nose and a little bit higher, I guess. And what this is doing is I'm just creating an ombre with the blush. So those two colors blend, the lighter and the deeper, to kind of follow the general rule of the face, which is that the perimeter is deeper, the center of the face is brighter. So I've just been loving how that's been making my blush look lately. It's very subtle, nobody's gonna know you've done that, but if you do have 2 blush options, a lighter one and a deeper one, I love this hack. And finally, I'm just gonna do this step because it's been a long time since I've used highlight on my face, and I'm using a pinky highlight actually. I never use pink, but this is the Glow Glide Face Architect Highlighter, Pillow Talk Glow. Long ass name. This brush here and dip into it and just tap that onto my cheekbones. This is a pretty subtle highlight shade, which is, you know, Charlotte Tilbury style. Everything's very subtle and classic. So that's all I'm gonna do for that. And then one final step for the face, and that's just gonna keep everything in place. Like I said, didn't use powder, but my under eyes, there's no creasing of the concealer. Just take a look. Yeah, no creases. Everything looks really fresh and pretty. Base makeup hacks are my favorite, and these I've been really excited to share because it's harder these days to get really excited about makeup because everything's been done so much. But like I said, the more you age and the more fresh makeup looks or hacks that you find, the more exciting it gets. Now for the eyes, I'm gonna use just 3 products, and these are all creams. I've been really into color sticks, or you know, even if it's a pot, I'll use that, but sticks are easier to apply. I've been using a lot more of that than shadow. These are by ColourPop. I'm gonna start with this one, which is called Jump In. It's a creamy matte. So this I like to just apply directly over my lid. And you can apply in any pattern you like, and then just blend it out with your finger. You can do this with a brush. It's totally up to you, but I find that with the warmth of skin to skin, everything just ends up blending better. Bet you missed the old one eye closed trick. It's been a while. And then again on the other side, it is so cold in LA that these sticks are Not even that creamy right now. Everything is so hard and frozen. Again, just blending, blending. And then one thing to note when you're blending anything on your eyes, don't let it go past this angle right here where it meets with your brow, because that's just going to pull your eye down. So really push everything upward toward the tail of your brow. Don't blend downward this way. Now I'm gonna do a very faint wing-ish shape that I'm gonna follow with a darker pencil. But this is just gonna kind of create a little bit of a smoky wing type shape. And I'm gonna use my handheld mirror for this because I don't know why I'm challenging myself to see all the way to that mirror there. Okay, yeah, really nice. So again, I'm creating a wing shape, but I'm gonna, again, mix that in with the base color and just blend them together. Again, you can do this with a brush if you feel like it, but this I find just blends so much better. Do you see how soft and barely there that is? But it really just kind of defines the eye. So again, with this shade, just creating a wing. And it doesn't have to be perfect because again, we are blending it out. And I forgot to tell you the color. So this color that I'm using is this deeper brown, Silk Robe. And these dry down pretty matte and they stay put. I'm gonna take this pencil by Pixi. You know I love the Endless Silky eye pens. The color that I'm using is actually called Deep Plum, but it doesn't have a very brown tone. So with this, I'm gonna prepare my smudge brush. I'm gonna have it on deck. And I'm gonna just start to add a little bit of that deeper shade to the very outer part of my lash line and blend that in with the ColourPop stick. This is my favorite. Do you see how, again, soft that is? It's soft and smoky, and I'm leaving that there. This is exactly what I want. Very, very soft. So now going on to the other side, I'm gonna do the same thing, just adding a little dash of the product. You don't wanna do too much, otherwise you're gonna end up with way more eyeliner than you can comfortably smudge out. Perfect. So that's where we're gonna stop with the eyes. The event that I'm going to is just like a going away party with friends at someone's house. So I don't wanna go crazy. I'm gonna take the Lash Clash mascara from YSL. It's been my favorite for a little over a year now. And really just focusing mostly on the outer corner. And I don't want them to be really full and thick and, you know, really prominent. I want them to just be feathery so they match the rest of the look. I showed this technique of closing your eye against the wand and rolling the wand many years ago. And you want to do less of that for this more feathery look, because the more you run the brush through the lashes, the more defined and thick it's going to look. I just want this to look more feathery. This is such a soft doe eye look. It is really just the perfect kind of everyday look. And for my brows, I'm using the Airbrush by Kosas. This has been my go-to for a while now. I've used a lot of different ones. This one and the Tom Ford are my two favorites. I go through brow gels more than anything because it's the one thing I use all the time. But I like this one because it adds a little bit, it adds some fiber, some thickness to it. But it also keeps them in place. And I'm also running low. I'm still not over a fluffy brow. I know we're getting into people are talking about 90s brows again. I will never go back to that. So now for the lips. I'm gonna start with this guy right here. This is by Buxom. It's the Powerline Plumping Lip Liner. This is a really neutral shade, as you can see. What I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna start lining, just contouring, more contouring than anything, the very outer part of my lip line. So it's not really overlining, it's still my lip, but just the very outer part of it. Overlining doesn't really work on me because I have a really prominent lip line. It it isn't like, it doesn't flush with the rest of my skin. So when I overline, it's pretty obvious. But when I go just over the actual lip line, it's not really noticeable. And then just blending it out because I don't want it to be too noticeable. So that's some good contouring for the lips. Now, for the lip product, I'm gonna use this, which is a sample of our next product at Monday Born. It's almost done, we're working on it, but I want your thoughts. I want you to tell me if you like it. So basically, it's a buildable balm that's tinted. It has a very coffee nude tint. And like I said, it is very buildable. So right now I'm kind of applying a lot, so it gives a little more of the tint. But it's very shiny. But it is a balm. It's a nourishing balm. It's not a lip gloss. So you can use it on its own. You can wear it by itself, or you can wear it with a lip liner like I just did. Personally, I'm obsessed with it. I love a multitasking product. I wear one sheer layer when I go to bed as like a lip mask. There's no color. But during the day, I kind of build it up and it gives that tint. And it is a very neutral coffee tint. So I want your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments. So that's it. I'm ready for this going away party. I think this is the perfect look. Just hanging out with friends. I hope you enjoyed the hacks I shared. Like I said, I've been waiting to share these. Every time I sit and do my makeup, I'm like, I have to share these hacks. I have to do a video on these. If you've made it this far, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for still giving me a chance and hanging out with me. So I will see you in like 2 weeks.